Good delivery. Ball and caught. He's gone. Delivery that came back into the batter. Took the Legionnaires and put it back to the bowler, Ivor Henry. And New York losing their first wicket.
Yes, in the very first over, Eddie. And wickets are tumbling. But as we would have seen early on, wickets would have fell early for Pacific. As a matter of fact, 2 fell in the first over, and they still managed to get 216 runs. So it's early days yet, and the batsman walks back very dejected, taking that slow, lonely walk. And I don't think that he troubled the score, did he? Probably he did.
Yes, indeed. It was a glorious cover drive in the previous delivery for 4.
For 4.
All along the ground.
He sacrificed his wicket after that.
Perhaps a little bit too ambitious. It's all in the game. So the new batter for the New York team is Wazim. So however, this tournament is just 2 days away from finishing. 2 long golden days, so to speak.
Yeah, well, tomorrow will be a short day in terms of 1:30 start until about, say, round figures 11 o'clock. And the following day will be very, very short in that.
We're talking about 11 p.m.
Yes, when you Cinderella time coming up the hour after that. But nonetheless, the following day, Sunday, you'll get to worship in the morning, and then you'll come on out and commentate some cricket here, and then you'll be home by maybe 3:34.
There's an out to bowl to him. So wide delivery outside the line of the off stump. That's what you call a teaser. Ivor.
Yes, that was naughty. The bowler just getting a wicket there. His radar just went way off. I think he was just trying to test the wicket keeper to see if he can move to his left.
So delivery outside the line of the off stump. Drifting away from the left-hander. One, of course, can have some sympathy, so to speak, for the batters. The wind beginning to pick up now from the southeast area. Just past the diving wicketkeeper going to his left, the Ivor Henry. Bad miss. He should have held on to that.
Well, no, I'm not too sure. He's bowling without a slip, and 2 deliveries prior, he was testing the wicketkeeper to see if he can move to his left. So maybe he was setting him up to take a catch to his left, but if he would have taken that, he would have taken it in the region of second slip. So I'll say a valiant effort, and maybe at this standard, as you say, he should have taken it since he did not have a slip. He was cognizant to the fact he did not have a slip, so he was just about an inch away.
So looking back at the monitor, got extremely close. So brings Axray into strike. Pushed out into the covers. The over come to an end. Very successful over the first over of the 18th. 7 it is on the board, Igo.
Yes, due to time constraint, the overs would have been cut to 18. So we have to make the adjustment here in the electronics scoring, which we have Victor Charles, our official scorer here, doing it electronically. And in 18 overs, we'll have 3 bowlers will be bowling their full quota of 4 overs, and 2 can bowl 3. But no bowler can bowl more than 4. That's number 1. But only 3 bowlers can bowl 4.
So New York would have won the toss and decided to bat.
It is putting the yellow tops and black bottoms.
black and gold.
Yes.
Slapped it away down to the deep square cover boundary and into the boundary board for 4. Just to the right of the man in that position.
Yeah, that was a loosener outside the off stump. The batsman just had to get some willow on it, and he was well placed. He was more to the backward point more than in front. He was to the right of the man on the point area, even though he's outside the 30-yard circle. That one was beautifully timed.
But he has come into the circle now. Plays it into the onside, into the mid-arm position. The bowler comes across and knocks it down. And of course the batsman can get no run. So the total remains on 9 it is.
4 and dot, right? 4 and dot in this over. 4 and dot in this over.
So it's 11. Whips it away out towards the mid-wicket position and into the boundary board for 4.
It's a lovely stroke. He was wristed right off his hips, and it went like a racing car right across the turf for 4, Eddie.
So, it's a good thing about the left-handers, or one thing about the left-handers, when they play strokes, Ivor Henry look as elegant as anyone else, batting out on a good track. Plays into the covers. They take off for a single. They're going to get it easily too, as the return comes in at the non-strikers at the strikers end, and it wasn't a good throw by any stretch of the imagination. So it brings the right-hander into strike. So it's 15 for 1. New York, winning the toss, decided to bat. Just about 20 minutes after 6 p.m.
Sloppy feeling there, Eddie. Again, that's twice in the over, and that doesn't bode well for the fielding team. We would have just realized over 400 runs in the previous match, in which we had a bowled off, Eddie, a super over.
That's a lot of runs.
That's a lot of runs. So you would have gotten your money's worth, and I think it calls for people to go back out and come to the turnstile and really, really enjoy a good day's play.
Into the cover region. The end of the over. Then the over number 2. New York winning the toss, decided to bat first, Ivor Henry. They are some 16 for the loss of 1.
Yes, sweet 16. The batsmen, they're covering up nicely, Eddie. And like we say, this match is being streamed live, broadcast live. So those who are listening and watching, just call a neighbor, call a friend, call someone right across the world and let them know that the cricket is being streamed live and lively. We are here presently at the Central Broward Regional Park, and the only thing it takes to get you in here, it's $3 would get you through the gates. $3.
And please don't jump the fence, because it is free.
No, I was told it's $3.99. I'm sorry, it's $3.99 to get you to the park. $3.99. But tomorrow you just have to pay the $150 that gets you through to the park. That's a park fee. On Sunday, again, you'll pay $150, and the parking is free. So let's go back to the $3.99 to get you to see the cricket itself.
In the meantime, that was a good delivery. Batman was cramping for room there. But in any event, they get a single.
Which takes it up to 17. And that sweet 16 was short-lived, Eddie.
Indeed, it was. The batsman, I'm sure, didn't really like to be stuck on 16. So to all my Barbadian friends, all my friends in Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, wherever you might be listening. Welcome to the broadcast of MAC Television. We are live and direct from the Central Broad Regional Park in the state of Florida, in the city of Lauderhill. Ivor Henry.
Yes, and in the meantime, we would have realized the first maximum 6 would have had it. It was a lovely shot over the long off area, and it takes the score up to 23. It is for the loss of 1 wicket. It's an 18 over encounter, so we hope that you're keeping tabs at home and those who are scoring to keep up. And the batsman goes in the air. He's coming off the outer portion of the bat. It goes into no man's land. They feel that they fly at the 45. They ran back and effected the stop before it got into the boundary. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for 2. We take the score up to 25 for the loss of 1 wicket.
So they're going gingerly, Ivor, after winning the toss. Decided about, they pretty much understand that they'll have to set the pace. They'll have to set the tempo. It's a wide delivery.
Yes, and I remember in our young days, once a guy would have bowled a ball off the turf, we would have said, that's a broad instead of a wide.
We can go back into your youthful days. That will take a very long time. So wide delivery. Struck over cover. They're gone for 1. Will they come back for run number 2? Yes, they will. The return, it's on its way. And it's not a good return. Killard prevents the batsman from getting 2 more runs. So 2 more to the New York team, Ivor Henry.
Just like we said, it's early days yet. I mean, we would have witnessed a run chase in which we would have realized some 100 and odd runs off 6 overs. Chasing down 217. This is a lovely shot outside the off stump. This one would have the legs to get into the boundary. Yes, it does.
So we have some drizzling out in the middle. The ground staff standing on alert, looking ready to go at the signal of the umpires. And we have a dark cloud hanging over in the northern side of the ground, but it is not affecting the game in any shape or form.
Well, in the meantime, the groundmen are standing in the ready position at the far eastern end of the ground. 4 more.
The spectators shout. 4 more for Smoking Joe. Good looking shot. The overcome Stonehenge. 36 it is for 1. Asker is on 2 and Wazim is on 28. Ivor.
Yes, and like we say, the drizzle, it continues to drizzle here, but the umpires have not called in they have not called on the groundsmen with the covers, but they are in the ready position. They are standing by.
So Akshay and Wazim in the middle, leading the charge for the New York team. New York would want to walk away with this coveted prize on the trophy, Ivor. Want to get as much players into the thick of things. And over the outstretched hands of the man at the position and into the boundary for 4. So good looking shot. Delivery pitched outside the line of the off stump. Cuts well. And the man at the third man position couldn't get around to his right to cut it off. And it went into the boundary for 4. Hammers this one into the third man region. The batter get a single. I think we're just waiting now for the showers of blessing to come now, Ivor. Having looking at the ground staff and the eastern side of the ground, standing at attention, ready to charge the field at any moment.
I really don't wish that it rains, because if it rains, I have to run downstairs to cover those speakers, Eddie. Remember, they're power speakers, you know, so I myself have to be in the ready position.
Well, let's see. Now towards 5 leg. This will run away for 4, is it? Yes, indeed. So far, not a good over by any stretch of the imagination, Ivor. At least not for the fielding team.
Well, we're into the 40s, and after a quiet start and losing a wicket, they seem to have upped the tempo somewhat. They would have started with the first over scoring some 7 runs, and now they have gone past the average of 7.
Here is 46 now for the loss of 1. Akshay and Wazim playing the anchor role for the New Yorkers. Give himself room and just open the face of the bat. Down to wide, third man gets a single. One more to the total. Takes the total now to some 47. I just have to wait a little bit on my score here. Wazim is on 33 and Akshay is on 8. Dropped on the pad. There's a very confident appeal from the bowler. It's a good shot, but not has no interest in the umpire. Walks away, gives the hat to the bowler. The over comes to an end at the end of the over, and at the end of it, after winning the toss, New York decided to bat first. There are some 47 for 1. Wazim is on 33. Akshay is on 8. That's the latest score here at the Central Broad Regional Park.
And again, Eddie, it's an 18-over encounter. The tournament is really consists of 20 overs, but we were off to a late start, and we went into a super over in the last game. So if you're wondering why we would have started at 18 overs, that is because there's going to be another match later this evening. So the park actually closes, say, around 11 o'clock or so. So that match might very well be reduced as well, the last of the day. But tomorrow we're inviting each and every one of you to come on in and at the park in person. Saturday it's a 1:30 start, and on Sunday again it's going to be a late start. It's going to be just 2 games, the finals, and then they're going to have a closing ceremony on Sunday. So this is the first of the USA regional tournament. Compliments to MAQTV and the Cricket USA Council. They would have put this together, utilized the park, which is, in a sense, was made for cricket, and the batsman getting one, which he punches outside the off stump, and he got it past him at a point who made a bad miss there, and he was rewarded 4 runs for his effort.
So first ball from Hassan. It's not a good one. Takes the total now to some 51. So already they're into the 50s.
So the 50 comes up for New York, who would have won the toss, decided to bat. And they're turning the wheels over. They're doing good for themselves, having lost an early wicket. They've recovered well, Eddie.
Yes, indeed. Slow going though. Out towards wide long off. Wide long on rather. So one more to the total. I'm pretty much sure that the captain must be saying, as long as we can restrict them to single and twos, certainly we'll be able to bowl, to give our bowlers something, our batters something to really go at our term out in the middle.
Yes, so we're on the lights here at the Central Board Regional Park, and we are using one of the ICC approved grounds, the only one in these United States. So we just want you to know you can come on out. It's a lush green turf field. The turf has played beautiful, and it was very good to see Samuel's Plummer. He had something to do with this wicket from in its inception. This time the batsman is swinging this one over to the cow corner, and it goes along the ground for 4. So they're getting the wheels turning here and trying to set a target. And I think these two teams may have played on the outer field, but this is the first time we're seeing them live on television. That's on the MAQTV.com. So we are asking each and every one of you to tell someone to listen up. You're listening to your commentators, Eddie Edwards and Ivor Henry, and Victor Charles is our official scorer here today. And the live stream is coming through the Chin production. I'll get the whole official name of the streaming that is coming provided here by Chin and his crew. They're doing a very, very good job here. This time the batsman gets on the back foot and cracks it in the manner of a Brian Lara, and he doesn't even move. He stayed for the camera, and the two batsmen just gently meets in the middle, tap gloves, and decides, well, just another day at the office.
So the over comes to an end. And at the end of the 5th over, New York winning the toss. 61 it is for the loss of 1 in a match reduced over. Reduced from 20 to 18. So Akshay to face. He's at the striker's end, the southern end of the ground. And in the meantime, the bowler is setting his field all kinds of directions into the power play. First power play it is. This one is swung way down towards the deep long leg position and into the boundary board for 4.
Yes, and he pulled out the boom there, Eddie. He went to sweeping, and he was deservedly rewarded with 4. And he was in the approved manner. He rolled the wrist over, played it all along the ground, and it's a good cricket shot. Good cricket shot. So New York winning the toss, elected to bat. They're into the 60s now. Eddie?
65 it is for 1. And again, this one is gone down towards the deep backward of square position. And the batsman gets a single. So the bowlers continue to stray down the leg side, Ivor. Not good news for the fielding team.
Yeah, that was a wayward delivery, and the batsman, he could have at least allowed it to go by, get an extra delivery, get an extra run. So he paddled it around the corner, but just got 1 for it.
It brings Wasim into strike. Left-hander Wasim. You've seen how aggressive he can be. 66 it is. So wide delivery outside the line of the off stump. It is signal and called wide by the umpire. Now towards the wide long on. Just a single. It's been compensated. This went out to bowl to Akshay. Akshay get a delivery. Play the delayed shot down towards a wide third man. The over comes to an end. No, it is not. Umpire just moving across to his left just to make sure that everything is on the up and up. On his way now left hand to bowl to Akshay. Akshay gets a delivery inside out. Finds his way down towards the long leg position. Hit back with a square, so to speak. And the batsman can only collect two. Or gets a single. So one more to Akshay. One more to the total. It takes a total now to some 69. 69 it is, Ivor?
Yes, 1969, but Eddie...
It's a no ball and it's signal and call by the umpire.
So it's going to be a free hit, Eddie. And the batsman, the bowler, they are guilty of... What did we get a replay on that?
In any event, it's going to be a free hit. So the field, of course, cannot change. And the only way you can be out is by run out. So you have a whole slow chances to hit the maximum. Gets a single. So the over comes to an end at the end of the over. And at the end of it, after winning the toss, New York decided to bat first. They're 71 for the loss of 1 wicket. Wazim is on 40. Akshay is on 23. That's the latest score here from the Central Broad Regional Park. And Ivor Henry is with the youngest man of the tournament, Ivor.
Yeah, well, we're going to get in place. We're going to put him on camera for the world to see shortly. He's a 14-year-old, and it's always good to think we're trying to get him stationed here where so you're not missing any cricket, as you can see on the screen. But we're standing by here to have a nice little interview here with a 14-year-old who would have played for Pacific. That's coming up shortly. Okay.
Put it back. Why you turn it back? Why did you back this way? Yeah. More. Right there. Right there. Alright, hold on 1 second. Go in your bed and go and lie down. I'm gonna straighten out. Slide it over a little bit to your right. Go to your bed right now. The other way. Right there. Go to your bed right now. More. The other way.
So you're not really missing any quick. We're just waiting on a quick interview from Ivor Henry, the youngest player of the tournament, as Ivor said earlier on, who would have represented the Pacific team. Unfortunately, they would have lost their game against the Northeast teams. Victor Charles, the Southeast, early on. So Ivor Henry, take it away when you're ready.
Okay, well, we're here with the youngster. You're going to be telling the whole world that's looking at you now your name.
Sohan.
And Sohan, where are you actually from?
I'm from India.
India. So is this your? Are you living in the United States?
Yeah, I'm living in the United States.
Okay. So which part of the United States are you living?
In California.
California. Okay, so you're accustomed to this kind of a weather.
Yeah, not really. It's kind of hot, but not as humid.
It's not as humid. Is this your first time in South Florida?
Yeah, first time.
First time. How are you liking it so
Oh,
far?
it's really nice. I like the ground. It's really flat. You don't get these type of grounds that often, so it's best to enjoy.
Okay, is this the first time you're playing on a turf wicket?
Oh, second time actually. I've gone to LA.
Okay. Well, you would have actually played in the match that preceded this one when you came up against the Southeast.
Right.
Let the folks know what you would have done in that match. Did you bat? Did you bowl? Did you field?
Yeah. I bowled. I bowled 4 overs. Yeah. So I was bowling to one of the best batsmen in the United States, Stephen Taylor. And of course, and other batsmen. And then I got a wicket. It was pretty fun actually. I just didn't take it too nervously and just went on.
Okay, so were you impressed with his batting even though you were bowling to him?
Yeah, he was excellent. He anything marginally full, he would hit.
He would hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so at any stage during the time you were bowling to him, did you get intimidated?
No, I just kept a clean approach, just go for it. Because there's nothing to lose here.
Nothing to lose. Go ahead and tell the folks how old are you?
I'm 14.
You're 14 years old. And how young were you when you started playing cricket?
I was about 9 years old.
About 9 years old. And
Yeah.
you started playing in California?
Yeah, in California.
Okay, so you're from India. You came to this country, could you remember the year?
Yeah, 2007.
2007.
Mhm.
Okay, so how are you liking it in these United States?
Oh, United States is really good. Cricket's going really well here. Yeah, of course, India is already progress, but then still, United States is catching up well.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you this question. What are your dreams and aspirations in terms of your future in cricket?
I want to reach the U.S. team, get a lot of wickets there, and maybe help them go into the World Cup, and actually compete against Rio nations like India, South Africa, Australia, to name a few.
Very well, very well. So, what did you do when you played in this match? Did you bowl left arm, right arm?
Left arm orthodox.
Left arm orthodox.
Mhm.
Okay, do you have a personal coach?
No. Well, of course, my dad.
Oh, your dad. Is your dad here with you?
Yeah, he's here with me, but not here right now.
No, I mean on tour. Did he come on
Oh,
tour?
yeah.
Oh, very well. So he's your mentor and coach?
Yeah, mentor and coach.
Mentor and coach. Very good. Does your dad play cricket? Or-
Yeah, my dad played some junior state level cricket in India.
Oh, so you're taking after your dad. What about any other siblings? Are they following cricket? Are they playing any cricket?
Oh, yeah, my cousin. I don't have any brothers or sisters, but my cousin's actually playing in India. He's also very good. He's gone to play with like a few Indian stars for practices at the NCA in Bangalore.
Okay, very well. So you're going to be here until Sunday, I would hope, and you hope to play in all of the matches.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, you're the youngest on the team.
Oh, yeah, youngest on the team.
Youngest on the team. Okay, so do you have any mentor worldwide that you look at as a cricketer?
I look at Rahul Dravid.
Dravid.
Yeah, and then just look at many left arm bowlers like Vittori as one of them.
Daniel Vittori out
Yeah.
of New Zealand.
Hmm.
Okay, so one day you want to you want to walk in their footsteps.
Yeah.
And play cricket at the highest level.
Hmm.
Okay, is cricket your first love?
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. I know a lot of youngsters take to basketball and.
Yeah, no way.
So what do you
I
do
don't
in
really-
your spare time? Do you play Nintendos?
Yeah, I practice every day.
Practice cricket
Every single day. Yeah.
every single day.
For like 2 hours.
Okay. So I hope you're doing well in school.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because
Yeah.
that's priority, right?
Yeah, that's priority for sure.
That's priority for sure. Well, we're gonna wish you good luck. You want to say hello to anybody back in California, in India? You're live on TV.
Hi. In all of CCA and Yasser uncle.
But what about your mom and all the good stuff? You're here with
and
your dad.
okay, yeah. Hi, mom.
Okay. Well-
Yeah, cool.
Okay, we want to thank you, and hopefully that this would not be your last time visiting South Florida. You love the grounds, you love the play, you're playing under lights. So we're going to be inviting you and your dad and the team back to South Florida. We're having other matches this year and into next year. So encourage the folks in your club in Pacific to keep in touch, that they can be visiting South Florida.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, we thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Well, certainly that was a tremendous piece of interview by Ivor Henry with the youngest member of this tournament. As I alluded to early on, that Zishon Qureshi would have been the youngest player in the tournament when it first started some years ago. And you have seen him mature to such a level that is unbelievable. So New York would have lost their second wicket. That of Akshay, caught out in the mid-wicket region. And there's some 86 for the loss of 2. So the young man there, very brilliant young man with a lot of wisdom.
Yes, indeed, and he was not Mike Shy at all. I am very impressed with his approach, his demeanor, his love for the sport of cricket. You don't find too many youngsters telling you that their first love is cricket. And when I ask him what does he do in the meantime before I can finish the question, say practice, practice, practice.
And practice every day for 2 hours. That's a lot of practice.
Yes.
And certainly we wish the young man the best of luck.
Well, I can tell you, I always remember El Comido Willett, who I had the privilege of playing for Nevis with him. He would tell you, when you think that you're practicing hard and you're working hard, there's somebody that's working harder than you. So never think that you're outdoing the other man. So I like this young guy's attitude, and at 14, I'm really, really impressed. And one thing I can tell you, a lot of cricketers may have talent within the flags, Eddie, but put them before a microphone, they just cannot represent themselves. But this young man did very, very well for himself on TV, live on MAQTV.com.
And let you know that his mentor, so to speak, mention name like Vittori from New Zealand and Rahul Dravid.
Yeah, he was going top notch. I mean, you would have thought that he would look for some younger player in his age. But here it is, a loud appeal, Eddie, but umpire Ali not interested. Is that umpire Ali? Yes. And you know what they say, beware of the men in black.
Yes, indeed. So when you ask him about his mentor, I thought that he would have said Tendulkar. Or maybe he would have seen tapes of the master in Sunil Gavaskar. But he mentioned name like Vittori and also, as I mentioned earlier on, Dravid. I wonder why he mentioned Dravid and Vittori though.
I would have thought he would have looked at tape, maybe when his dad was looking at it, and he had no choice but to look, because, oh, this one is hit high and hard and out of the ground, Eddie, for an almighty 6.
So it was tossed up. It was a loose delivery, so to speak. And he got the treatment. Treatment, of course, the maximum. So,
and just want to remind the folks, Eddie, it's an 18-over encounter, so we may not very well be seeing the 200 that was posted in the last match. In both innings, that is. And that was a sight to behold. And we were engaged in a super over in which the Southeast would have won. And this time the batsman is hammering this one down the ground. I don't think the fielder is going to be catching up with this. One of the safest places to hit is back past the bowler. And the batter did not even move. He stayed for the camera, and he was well captured there by the camera that is following the action. So there's a number of cameras around the grounds, and I just want to say the production is clean. It's top notch, and there's always room for improvement. So don't get me wrong, but for now I can tell you, the viewers, I am sure that they're enjoying what they're seeing. And again, the batsman takes this one out of the grounds for yet another maximum. So he was targeting this bowler, Eddie, and sometimes, you know, in a shortened match, you've got to target someone, maybe 2, if you want to get a decent target for them to chase. So presently, the score
102.
So that brings up the 100, and a round of applause goes up around the ground, and lots of encouragement here from the New York contingent here.
So it's 102 for 2. They're winning the toss and decided to bat. We're about to witness the commencement of over number 10. Certainly hope see some fireworks from the rest of the batters for the New York team if they get a chance to come to the crease. Some 7 minutes away from 7 o'clock, Ivor Henry. Way past your bedtime, isn't it?
It's getting there, getting there.
Well, where is there?
Well, Eddie, I think the light is on in all its glory now. It's the full bloom. They would have chased away the sun, and they would have chased away the clouds. So for those who were standing by for rain, we could have seen all of the groundsmen would have vacated their position. They were in the ready position at the covers, but the umpires did not call for the covers while the drizzle came, and thank God for that. But rain was predicted for sometime after 4 o'clock, and we had a slight drizzle where play was held up for a little before the start of this one, and thus getting this match to be an 18-over encounter. So that one was whacked out to the cover sweeper, and the batsman in the meantime would, of course, 4-1. Takes the total up to 103 for the loss of 2 wickets. Batsman Southpaw settles in, whips this one around the corner to short mid-wicket, picks up, tosses it back to the bowler. In the meantime, the batsmen scamper through for an easy single. 104 for 2. We'll give some individual scores as soon as Eddie can get that from the electronic scoreboard. Batsman is making an almighty heave at that one, but can't connect. So a dot goes into the book, and the wicket keeper picks up and tosses it back to the bowler. And this time it's a no ball for height, as that one was cannoned into the upper portion of the body of the batter. So here's where the fielders, they cannot change, they cannot move because the batters did not cross. So the batsman can be out, but he cannot be out where the bowler would get credit for it off of this next delivery. So even though it's a free hit, he's got to make good use of this. And he doesn't, because he's getting an under edge, and he's going to get runs for this. Well, 1-1 because the wicketkeeper, very agile, ran from behind the stump and ran down to a short fine leg and caught up with it, and the batters in the meantime crossed for 1. So that no ball did not cost him much, Eddie.
So Wazim is on 69. He's at 70. And Alex is on naught. So Wazim continues to be destructive to the bowlers. He's on 70, and it's 103 for the loss of some 3 wickets. New York winning the toss and decided to bat.
Ali. I call him. That's Ali. Yeah. You not find the phone. That was the phone I was
bowling from the top there.
Number 15. Number 15. I don't know who he
You
is.
didn't have him in before? If you bowled before?
There's no number. That's the first time he's bowling.
Swings the way out towards mid wicket. Did he take the catch or he muffed it? He muffed it. So the batter's cross or a single.
I say your phone.
Hey, can we? You going back downstairs? Can you get the radio?
Yo,
So
say your phone.
The umpire. The black, all black? Yeah. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
could you answer your phone, Ali?
Copy that. Hey, she's taking on my radio too.
Oh my God. This is chaos.
He's taking on my radio. She's taking on my radio.
Somebody gotta run downstairs. Somebody gotta run.
Hey, can you get give it to one of the players and tell them to run it to the umpire, to run it to
Yo,
the official.
wait,
The radio.
wait.
You copy?
Wait.
It's got to go to the official, but it got to get there. Like
We
somebody's got to
don't know
run
who's
it
the
there.
bowler. The bowler name is not on the paper. And I'm calling him. He's not answering his phone.
There's an issue with the game. The guy's not answering the phone.
Hey, can you
Give
just
it to
someone that
somebody
guy
that
just
can
run
run
and
to it,
stop the
please.
game for 1 minute before you go too far?
What's your other umpire name?
I don't know. I don't have no number for
You
him.
have his number.
Oh.
You
Oh
have his
my
number.
God.
Let me go down and get the name, okay?
I told Ali, when you see the light going, something is wrong. And he just wait.
They need him to stop the game, bro.
Yo, and he's just
Run
fucking
that, run
looking
it.
at
Tell
me
him
and
to
just
run
keep
the
going,
radio to
man.
the guy.
Everything going to the microphone.
Yeah, I gotta
Go ahead.
No, they gotta wait. So then if you continue going the game, I can't score.
Okay. 154 for the loss of 3 wickets. This time the batsman gets on the back foot and whacks this one down to the deep mid-wicket region. He gets a single for his effort, which moves the total on to 155. We're into over number 16. Yes, and just a reminder, this is a 18-over encounter. We started a little late because there was some showers, and in addition, we had a super over in the last game. So in effect, the time rolled on. This time the batsman is getting on the back foot and he's pulling this one over the infield. Runs out to the deep mid-wicket area. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for 2 runs. So we're keeping tabbed on the score, 157 for 3. We'll get the individual scores sooner or later. This time outside the off, and the batsman plays it out to the sweeper cover. The batsman would have crossed for 1. So this brings the right-hander into play, and okay, so Nazam, yes, he's the bowler. He's coming from the northern end. Left arm, outside the off stump, and the batsman whacks this one down to the long on region. He was shorter, flatter. And that's 100 for the batsman. Wasim is on 100, so there's a round of applause goes up. So that's the 2nd century of the tournament. So he raises his bats aloft and give thanks to the heavens for his 100. So Hasim is motoring along, and there's a prize of $1,500 for the best batter, and there's $1,000 for the second batter. So there's some individual prizes to be had as we come to the end of over number 17. So the end of over number 16. So we have 2 overs left, 12 legal deliveries. And again, we have witnessed another fine 100. And this wicket is speaking volumes that runs have been scored here. And we have to give the creators all the praise and glory. And even though we would have had a few showers here or there, they were just brief. Not enough to curtail an entire innings from the New Yorkers. They won the toss, elected to bat, and made good. They've motored along, and they've have a total of 159. It's a pity it was not a 20 over, so we can realize another 200. It's always good to see runs on the board when it comes to the limited overs form of cricket, or in any form of cricket for that matter. The batsman is laughing this one back over the bowler's head, and the fielder in the long off region runs all his worth to his left, but cannot catch up with it. In the end, 4 more to the batsman. It's the left-hander. This time he's playing a square drive out to the boundary. Would he catch up with it? There's a dive, but all but in vain, because that was sweetly timed outside the off stump. A square drive. So Andre, so he's get the wheels turning now. We have 1 over after this. Takes the tally up to 167. Good total, but we've realized 216 would have been realized here in the one chase already. This time he's going after him, and he's playing and missing outside the off stump. Wicketkeeper collects and disturb the bails in an attempt to run the batsman out, who was looking to get off strike. So Curtin, he is on 8, 2 boundaries. Outside the off stump. He's hitting this one high and hard, and it goes out 1 bounce to the man on the long off Wigeon, who makes a mock of it. The batsman would have already settled for 1, and there's a little dew and a little drizzle that would have got the ball a little wet, so it went through his grasp, and in the meantime the batsman would have returned for 2, so he goes up by 210, and the total is 169. Outside the off stump, and he plays and misses. Meantime, the batsman, the non-striker, the Centurion, trying to get at the other end. Haslim, he's on exact 100 from 54 deliveries. He struck 10 boundaries and 6 sixes. Batsman is swinging, and baseball is here, swing and a miss, as we come to the end of over number 17. So the final over is to be bowled in this inning. And again, we're going to have 1 match after this. For those of you out there in Radioland who are listening on television, we hope you're enjoying what's being brought before you live on MAQTV.com. So you can always invite your friends to look at the live streaming coming to you straight from the Central Broward Regional Park here in the city of Lauderhill in the county of Broward and in the state of Florida. And on the continent of the USA, Victor Charles? Yes, indeed. So the final over to be bowled. And Nejam is the one who's going to be bowling his left armour, orthodox. He's going to be coming over the wicket. Bowls a looping full toss, and the batsman swings it down to the mid-wicket, 1 bounce. Gets 1 for his effort. $171. All of 4 wickets would have gone back into the bank. But that's a decent score, but we would have realized over 200 runs would chase down here and took that match into a super over. And this time the batsman is swinging this one high and hard out of here, as if to say, that's a see me here, hit me, and hit me he did. Take the total on to 177. So, Sweet 16 is Kenyan. He's putting on the wheels here. And he's swinging this one again and missing down the leg side, but may have cannoned into his pads because there's no signal coming in from the umpire. So the wicketkeeper picks up and sends it back to the bowler. So we're on the lights here at the Central Broward Regional Park at CBRP. This time he whacks this one safely into the hands of the man out there and the long off boundary. So he goes for 16. So he had a strike rate of just under 200. So he would have faced some 9 deliveries for his 16, hit 2 boundaries and an almighty 6th. And he was playing for his team. At least he knew that this was the very last couple of balls, and he tried to give it a whack outside the off stump, but he would have hit his 6 in the onside. So I guess he does not have the will and the might to hit a 6 into the offside. But for whatever it's worth, he's made it good back to the pavilion. So it's 177 for the loss of some 5 wickets now. As the batsman stroll out to the wicket, we'll see his number in a minute. So Javin, Thomas. So Thomas is just going to be in for a few deliveries. I think we are just 2 legal deliveries left in the inning, but he would not be on strike. And he seems to be following a pattern, because remember, 2 deliveries in the last game. First inning, the batsman didn't get on strike, but here they're putting the wheels on, running 1. Will he be turning for 2? Yes. Good throw comes in, but the batsman would have made good ground. So unless he bowls an illegal delivery, and the batsman would, of course, I don't think he too would face. But at least he's in a partnership of 2. And let us see, the last legal delivery would be coming up. Total is 179. Oh, looping down the leg side, and he whacks this one out of the park as if to say, get out of here. And that ball was high in the air. See me here, hit me. So the Centurion would have moved on to 109 from some 58 deliveries. He would have struck 10 boundaries and 8 lofty 6s. So he took his bat with him all the way. He's not out on 109. And I'm sure that the New Yorkers will be very, very proud of this young man. Hasim, scoring the 2nd century of the tournament. And he's been applauded there by some of his teammates going to meet him along the boundary line, saying, well done, my good gentleman. He gets a handshake. He's going in. Yes, so he gets handshakes all around from his teammates. And he goes into the dugout. Yes. Yes, so there's a young man, as you can see on your screen now, being greeted here by his teammates there. Well done, my good gentleman. He took his inning all the way. He would have made 109 not out. Yes, and he's going to be trying to catch his breath now. And we saw a breathtaking inning here from the young man. He would have scored some 8 6s. Or 7, I have here on the scoreboard. 10 boundaries. And he had a strike rate of 191.23. So he really got the wheels on. And he would have followed in the footstep of Stephen Taylor, who would have scored the 1st century. But he has now gone to be the highest run getter. Yes, so Stephen, after he would have made his 100, Stephen Taylor 102. But this young man took his bat all the way. And let's not forget that there's a prize for the best batter of some $1,500. And that would be handed out on Sunday. So there's some adjudicators around, and they're keeping tabs on what's happening. So we're going to be having the run chase shortly, and they're going to be needing 186 from 18 overs if they were to overhaul the total. So New York won the toss, elected to bat, and in my mind would have made a very, very, very good score.
happened? Meaning just lock the tripod, not turn it off.
We know we're down. So you see, we've got to be right there, right there, right there. See? One step ahead and you're one step behind. Well, right about now, we're listening to DJ Golden Night. DJ Golden Eye. She loves me now. That just means I can't complain. She loves me now. And I must admit I feel the same.
One chase is going to be on the way in a moment. So New York is going to be trying to defend. No, they like the umpire. Okay, there's a signal, there's a go. Umpire Ali would have said ready, set, and go. So the bowler seems to be going to be bowling slow. That's the most we can say for now. Batsman gets back on the back foot, plays this one to the covers, and in the meantime the batsman opens the account, is on 1. So North Central in the one chase of their life, 187 for victory. They started well with a single. Batsman outside the off stump plays and misses outside the off stump. No run, so a dot goes into the book. The offside well cordoned off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men inside the circle on the offside. The umpire signals dead ball. Batsman is swinging this one from outside off out to the cow corner. Batsman runs from long on, runs to his right, picks up, rifles the throw into the wicket keeper. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for a single. So we're on the lights here in the county of Broward, city of Lauderhill. Here at the main stadium, Central Broward Regional Park, and as you can see, a dot goes into the book. And Eddie there started off with the slower bowlers. Left armer bowling around the wicket outside the off stump, and he's getting through that inside wing within the 30-yard circle for the first boundary. A good shot.
I thought that it's a good strategy to open with your slow bowlers to really give the batters something to really think about. If they're going to go after the bowling, if they're going to go after the runs, let them begin the run chase by hitting the slow bowlers.
Yes, indeed.
So good strategy from the captain so far. Let's see how well it works, if it works at all.
Yes, in the meantime, the score is on 8. This time he's playing outside the off stump again, missing. So when the New York started the first over, they realized 7 runs. So they're one better. They've done one better in the run chase. They're 8 for no loss.
So if you can do it, I can do it better.
Anything you do, you can do.
I can do it better.
You know the song, Eddie. You've been around.
And so far, the Ambler feel that the New Yorkers has set their Ivor seems to suggest that nothing will be able to go through, and particularly when the slow bowlers are into the attack.
Yes, so Baba is the opening batsman, being accompanied here by Hassan. So Baba is on 5. He's taken 4 deliveries, and Hassan is on 1. He will be in strike. He has received some 2 deliveries. So Thomas was the Thomas is the bowler, and we had Curtin, who started the proceedings from the southern end. So Thomas right arm spinning again, and he tosses this one up. It's a little slippery out there. He plays it back to him, and he knocks it down. Feel it cleanly, but he was on his buttocks, as there's a little sprinkle that would have came, and the grass would have been a little wet. This time he bowls one, and the fielder in the mid-on area runs to his right, gets an awkward bounce, and the ball just balloons over his back and out to the man in the deep long-on position, picks up, rifles in a throw. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for 1, takes the total up to Oh, 7. I would have. Oh, he was. I beg your pardon. I was giving them 2 extra runs. It was 6 from the first over, Eddie, and not 8. They did not do 1 better. They did 1 fewer.
Well, you're a generous person, so that, of course, is not any concern.
Well, this time the batsman is working this one off the middle stump, turning it around the corner. And the man in the mid-on is busy area, runs to his right, picks up. In the meantime, the batters would have crossed for a single. Takes it up to 8. So I predicted 8. I did say 8. This time the batsman is hitting this one in the air and away from the mid-off fielder and goes down to the boundary for the second boundary of the inning, Eddie. Lovely shot.
Indeed, and the mid-off fielder put the right hand out, but I don't think that he put it out with any sort of a certainty. I think he was just making a blunder or making a bluff, so to speak. But in any event, the batter gets it past the outstretched hand of the man at the mid-off position and into the boundary for 4.
And takes the total up to 12. He comes again and turns his one around the corner. Yes, yes, no, yes, yes. In the end, scampered through for single. He was the non-striker's call, and he made good his ground. He was a leg by, signaled there by the umpire. So first extras goes into the book and take the score up to lucky 13.
Well, on his way now. So the over comes to an end.
Yes, indeed, and a dot goes into the book from that last delivery. And when you're defending 186, dots are going to be very, very useful, because we would have realized a run chase of 216 was to be had, Eddie. And I remember Leon Francis, who was with us earlier, he had given up on the fielding team and saying 200 runs was more than enough. But
Proved to be wrong.
very wrong.
So the outfield is very slippery to a certain extent. We had a little drizzle early on, and that probably can produce some problem for the fielders out in the middle there, Ivor. That can be a little bit of a concern also.
Yes. But nonetheless, Curtin is going to be continuing with his left armers around the wicket from the southern end, and let's see what happened there. It must have been put down there as a chance, Eddie, because the umpire did not signal and the ball went through to the keeper, who grasped it. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed for single. So there goes a chance, go begging. But the bowler is going to try. And this time he's bowling one short outside the off stump, but the batsman got on the back foot and it's pulling through the mid-wicket area because the offside has been cordoned off.
I just wanted to let you know that you can make an announcement about the dinner being ready in the main lobby. Yeah.
This time the batsman is getting into this one and he's playing it out to the cow corner. And the man from the long on region runs to his right, picks up and sends a throw in, 1-2 bounces to the wicket keeper. In the meantime, the batsman would have crossed. $15 for no loss. And with that single, would have taken the total up to 16. So Hassan is on 7, Baba is on 7, and we had 1 extra. So 17 for no loss. And here is a golden dot ball again, Eddie. Batsman punching off the back foot. And those men like soldiers, all 6 of them in the offside, leaving just 3 men in the onside, and the 2 men hold out outside for the power play there on the onside, deep mid-wicket and a long on. Good bit of bowling there by the youngster as that over comes to an end.
And I would dare to say that the strategy of the New York team and the captain and perhaps the management team also has a lot to do with it. By by introducing or by elected to go with the spinners in the early session, in the early going here. It is early days yet, and the scoreboard reads 17, and they're looking to score 158 for victory.
No, 187.
87, I'm sorry, for victory. And it's going to be a humongous task for them to do that.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, the score goes up by 1 to 18. But I'd like to make an announcement that dinner will be served downstairs in the should I call it cafeteria for now, in say about 5 minutes. So dinner will be served. So those who are available for dinner, you can start your proceeding to the eatery area.
So what you suggest that they have in for dinner, Ivor?
Well, I know they're having food, but in the meantime, the batsman is having food and drink here because he hammers this one outside the off stump. So we're under the night sky, ably assisted here by the power lights that have been placed here at the park, Eddings. So it's for night cricket, night play. So 22. This one is in the air and away from any fielder, which goes for the first maximum of the inning.
It's a good looking shot. They're going to have to score and score big. They're going to have to score and score at a regular interval. It's 187 they're chasing.
Yes, well, it's 28, and they got up there in a hurry, having struck 2 boundaries already in this over. So I think the target in this bowler, Eddie, because things been relatively quiet at the beginning, and now they're getting the wheels are turning.
You know, sometimes you're at the bottom of the hill, and by the time you reach at the top, you're extremely tired. You might want to take a time out or something to get your brains also back into functionality.
And this time, like you say, he's targeting again, and he's going straight over the bowler's head for 6. And that one was flatter. But in the end, the desired result was being realized. So they're targeting the bowler.
Guess they're targeting the slower of the two.
Yes, the right armer, because the left armer would have bowled a very, very, very good over in his last over.
Cramping the batters for space.
So Hassan goes up to 24 in a hurry. He just faced some 13 deliveries. He has struck 2 4s and 2 6s. And his partner, Baba, he is keeping company. He is on 9. And he's swinging it again, but this time there's a man stationed there in the long on region who picks up and throws into the bowler's end. But Eddie, they're showing lots of aggression.
And and he's hitting with lots of authority too. And at this stage, it doesn't seem like there is any sort of a containment for him.
Down the leg side, and there it is now. The other batter gets into the act himself. That is Baba. Played a lovely, wristy shot around the corner. Looks good, Eddie.
So the over comes to an end.
And Eddie, it is drizzling, and I have not seen anyone anywhere close to the covers.
I'm sure that
but it is drizzling.
The head of the ground staff will begin to bark out some sort of instructions. And that would be extremely nice to see. And the ball is going to get wet. And it's going to be a bit slippery.
Well, you know the saying, slippery when wet.
It's going to be a slippery slope. And particularly for the bowlers bowling from the northern end, they're going to have to do or deal with a lot of control.
Yes, well, Eddie, I can tell you right now, looking at the worm on the computer screen here. Well, I'll abort that.
I guess the worm is moving in a different direction.
It's wiggling. It's wiggling. It's wiggling. Because like I said, that was a very, very good over, the last over.
Over, yes, indeed, it was.
Yes. So a whole lot of boundaries. So we have a bowling change, and it's down the leg side. It pitched, and it's going to go for 5 wides. I can tell you that now. If I was a betting man, I would be losing the bet if I would have bet it was 5 wides. But nonetheless, it is going to be just 3 wides, as the bowler was off target, way down the leg side.
Well, I don't think that the bowler is helping his cause, because you defended 187. There is absolutely no pressure on you. You're opening with spinners, and you just have to keep good length and line and keep the batters in check.
Well, in the meantime, he gets a dot into the book, so good comeback.
And that's all he needs to do.
Ooh, this one
That's a good
between the bat and the stump. Nicely taken there by the wicketkeeper.
Good delivery.
Yes, indeed. But Eddie, are you impressed so far with the going? The wicket has produced lots and lots of runs, and it bodes well for cricket, especially in these parts.
Yes, indeed. And it favors no one per se. It's a good batting track. Make no bones about it.
And the bat goes flying in the air, and Eddie, and don't try to hide your age now. We would have played cricket, and when the bat gets out your hand and goes in the air, you'll hear everybody shouting, "Catch the bat, catch it, catch it, catch it." And if you dare catch that bat, you are out, whether you play the ball or not.
Well, that was some 12 years ago for me.
That was, oh, come on, Eddie. Come
I'm a
on,
young man,
Eddie.
Ivor.
Come on, Eddie.
Just turned 24 yesterday.
Well, I zip my lip. Zip my lip because I can't substantiate to that, so.
Just look at the worm, that's all. It's wiggling.
All right, so in the meantime, the batsman would, of course, for a single, and the score goes up to 44. Would they be shooting with a 45? Let us see, Eddie. We'll watch and wait.
Perhaps they'll be cutting down to North Street, North Central.
Well, the batsman is getting into the act here, and he's playing it out to a wide long on, who moves to his right, picks up fields, and now the score goes on to bang bang 45, Eddie.
So it's 186 required.
And Bubba goes up to lucky 13.
And the other batter is on 28. So good going between these two thus far.
Yes.
I don't think that the captain could ask or anything more. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Well, I could say, Eddie, they have a lot of batters in the hut. They have not lost a wicket as yet. So there's always time to catch up. It is early days yet.
Well, you talk about catch up. What about mayonnaise, though?
Well, I'll take mustard.
That seems to be the order of the day. Trying to figure out what they're having downstairs for
For dinner?
Ivor.
Well, I can tell you, they have food.
What kind of food, though?
Chicken and relish.
Sounds
Rice and food.
sounds like my kind of dish.
Okay, well, some instructions are being sent out there to the batters. We have the emergency fielder giving some refreshments and trying to get an extra rubber onto the bat. So I think they're asking for the big jumbotron or something, Eddie, to let loose.
It is possible. It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
But is it likely?
It is more than likely.
Okay, we will watch and wait.
It's more than likely. Realize he's been out there for a couple of overs now, so he would have pretty much set in. He would be seeing the ball as big as a breadfruit. And I'm sure that the captain would have sent out the instruction that someone will have to go. Someone will have to take on either one or both bowlers. And if anyone is going to do it, he is going to take charge.
Okay, well, we'll see. There's a bowling change from the far end. And he'll be... let's see, is he southpaw? He stands in the position as if he's a southpaw. But we'll... Yes, he is. So he's bowling over the wicket, and this time the batsman comes forward, and the bowler misfields and gives away his first one.
So, with the first one being given away, don't think that he can, in any way, shape, or form, feeling too bad.
Are you here?
So,
Why you?
brings him
No, no, no.
into strike now.
You came up by the clock.
So, quickies have come on. Looking to swing it away down towards the fine leg region. Gets it over. Gets it away though, and that's 4-1.
No, no. It's supposed to be open. Okay, let me know.
So it takes the total now to some 46 according to my score. So actually it's 51. Played it out into the cover region and take off for a single. Good bit of feeling from the man darting in from the cover position. .52 it is. Played it into the cover position. Finds a field in the way, knocks it down, and the batsman can get no run. So, as I was said earlier on, they're chasing 186 of victory. There's some 52 not lost. It's on 14. It's on 28. So, a good comeback. Bowling from the lefty at the northern end. Has been slow going. They're chasing 187 for victory. Zway now on is from the far end. Gets this delivery. So the over comes to an end, and at the end of the over, and at the end of it, looking for 186 for victory. There are some 52 without loss.
Last one was one.
So, a good bit of ball in there from the youngster. So the man wearing the number 8 jersey comes into the attack. Perhaps wanted to spearhead the New York bowler out towards mid-wicket. Return comes in. Not a good one by stretch of the imagination, but managed to get a single. Off a short run. Low full toss played out towards long on rather. Pulls out the boundary. Takes this one out to 54. This one will go for the mark to the ropes, goes to 6. Signal comes in from the umpire. Tossed up a loose delivery. And again, this time he went just a little bit further than the previous one out towards long on, and then he decided to go the opposite direction, out towards long off. So 88 it is now without loss. Is it 68? 68 correction score. So it's 68 runs on the board, and we're into the 7th over. 6.4 overs gone, and the batter is signaling to the dressing room for some sort of assistance. Perhaps a helmet, perhaps a pair of finger guard. Meeting outside the line of the off stump. It's a good delivery. Towards cover and deep long off and into the boundary board for 4. The signal comes in now from the umpire. So 72 it is without loss. And you're chasing 186 a victory, and inching ever so close to that required run rate, or that required total. So Hassan has a strike rate of 182, and Baba has a strike rate of 121. So Hassan is on 51 and Baba is on 17. So
somebody come to me outside here to make a transaction.
right, but with those backdoor deals out towards mid-on, and the batsman can get no run.
No, there was a table.
Oh, it was a table.
Mm-hmm. So there was no door, so it's under the table.
So 51 for Hassan and 17 to Baba. So North Central require 186 for victory. They are currently on 72. And we're into the 8th over. So
we would have realized a centurion in the first inning for New York, Eddie, and now it's an 18 over encounter. What are the chances? They're just over 100 runs short of making short work of this, Eddie.
we have seen stranger things happen. We have seen some strange things happen early on today.
Well, 113 away. In the air.
straight back to past the bowler. And they said it's the safest place to hit it back, Ivor, because it's pretty much like an umbrella field. And the batter now not basically being cramped for room. He's giving himself the opportunity to make room, and he's making the room as he see fit. And getting that ball down towards the long off position, was able to pick up a single. Went over the fence. Yes, indeed, it is 6. The signal comes in from your umpire friend there, Ivor Henry, Mr. Selfie. They call him originally.
Yes, indeed, and gonna have the scoreboard updated here. He takes it up to 80 for no loss.
So Hassan is on 52, and Baba is on 24. Hassan has a strike rate of 179, and Baba has that a strike rate of 141. Ivor. So good strike rate between these two. So one more to the total. One more to Baba. Baba goes on to 24. And Hassan remains on 52. We'll just go for 6. Is that a question?
So how big it would be the 6 would be, Eddie? I think that's what it is. How big is the 6?
It is big. It's a huge 6.
It is, indeed.
The biggest I've seen thus far in the tournament. So the over comes to an end, and at the end of the over, it's North Central is on 81, 87, and they score looking to score 186 for victory. Baba is on 25. Hassan is on 52. That's the latest score here at the Central Broad Regional Park. So we're going to have a change of bowling from the southern end. And the young man wearing the number 7 jersey is going to come into the attack for the New York team. He'll be bowling left arm. Left arm over the wicket too. Is that Hassan? Between the umpire and the stumps. Bowls to Hassan. Hassan is onto the back foot and push it out towards mid wicket and long on. And I'm due for a very quick single. So even though they're not troubling the scorers that much, the singles that they're building up, and the situation has become somewhat dire now for Central. Chance went to beg in there, just in and out of the glove, just for a second, the wicket keeper. So Hassan is on 58 and Baba is on 25. Between the umpire and the stumps, bowls to Hassan. Lead out towards square cover. The non-striker had to get back home, get it quite easily too. So between the umpire and the stumps, giving himself room, slap it down towards the point region, knocked down there by the fielder, and the batsman again can get no runs. The total remain on 87. This time he swings it away down toward backward of square. The man is deep, coming across to his right, and the batsman can only get one. So the return comes in. Not a good return by any means, but could not prevent the batsman from getting a single. So it goes up to 88, and they're inching ever so close to victory. So Hassan goes up to 59. Baba is on 26. So the over comes to an end, and at the end of the over, and at the end of it, chasing 186 of victory. There are some 91, correction, 91 without loss. That's the latest score here at the Central Broad Regional Park.
Anybody eat veggie? No, because I bring chicken. All chicken. Yeah, that's fine. The batsman is swinging this one in the air. There's a feeler getting onto it, and he cups it. So he was going hard at this one, and it went up into the night sky, and it came down safely into his palms. So wicket number one, they did not quite make it to the century mark. They got to 91, score correct. So it's 91 for the loss of one, and we're into over number 9. And the one chase is on, trying to get to 187 for victory. That is the North Central. New York would have made good 185. So they're trying to get to 186 for victory. That's the ones that's required. And let's not forget, the overs has been reduced to 18 overs per team. And just want the folks to know that we have had 2 centuries already. Our own Stephen Taylor here locally, homegrown in South Florida. He would have started the proceedings in the 3-figure mark. And I sure Leon Francis, who was here with us earlier, who is following this match, would be proud to know that there was another centurion, and that speaks well for the creators that would have prepared this match. So this is the third match of the day, and I'm telling you, the wicket is holding up very, very nicely, and we haven't seen any ball would have done any devils. They would have done anything out of the ordinary, and the new batsman punches this one off the back foot, and it comes off the inner portion of the bat, and it goes up to the silly mid-on, where he can't score.
You got the affirmative right there.
So non-striker is on 27. So the batsman now gets off the mark with one that he plays with soft hands out to the cover region. The man stationed at the point runs to his right, knocks it down, picks up. This time the batsman is whisking this one out to the mid-on region. Doesn't get anything for his effort, so a dot essentially goes into the book. And again, we are saying we're under lights here at the Central Bird Regional Park, and we're inviting all of you folks out there who have very little to do on a Friday to come on over and help us with grace us with your presence here at the park. But if you're further afield, you can view the streaming live at World Wide Web MAQTV, and that's MAQTV.com. And you can see it right in your living room, which we're bringing it live to you. And it's coming compliments of Chin Production, video production. Yours truly, Ivor Henry, on commentary alongside Eddie Edwards and our official scorer, Victor Charles. So we still have another game to play, so just in case you're just tuning in. So we're going to be all cricket, and then tomorrow proceeding starts at 1:30 promptly. So we're going to have 3 games, but it's starting from 1:30. So the folks here would have good mornings rest. I would imagine they would sleep in a little longer. And for those who are very energetic, because there's some young ones around who may very well want to get up, and this time the batsman hammers this one out of the park and out of the reach of the man stationed there in the cow corner area, and it goes for maximum 6. And that was a good cricket shot. That was a ranking long hop being bowled, and the batsman didn't miss out at all. He made good use in and around the stump, and the batsman gets on the back foot and cracks it, but went straight to the man on the point region, who knocks it down. Well, I thought that one was a ranking long hop outside the off stump, but he picked out the man. Another long hop, and he goes back and he swings this one out to cow corner again, and he goes 1 bounce 4. So that was a loose over there by the young man, and I'll give you his name in a minute. Bishnot. Yeah, Bishnot, and he still has a few deliveries left in this over. I think Hall too, but he's been hammered and battered in this over. This time he's flat, and this time he hits it into the night sky again and out of the reach of the fielder, and he goes for maximum 6. So they're targeting him, the left armer. It's not that he's bowling badly, but they're coming after him, and in an effort to overhaul the 186 that is required for victory. So New York, they would have done well for themselves when they batted, and now they're trying to defend, and this time it's outside the off stump, a loose delivery, and this time it's knocked down there by the short third man, but not before the batsman would have scampered through for yet another run.
Yo, you got the radio from her, right?
So it's cricket, lovely cricket here at the Central Broward Regional Park. It's 112 for the loss of 1 wicket, and we would have completed 11 overs. And 4 more to the total. Some would have gone past and went into no man's land, but the desired result was being realized. So North Central is making good at the one chase. This time it's one down the leg side. The batsman tried to turn it around the corner, but wraps him on the pad. $112. No. 117 on the main scoreboard. I was depending on that for the score, but had to get to the electronic score, which is more up to date. So 117. I think I'm going to turn over to Eddie, and I'm going to have me some dinner because he would have just enjoyed his. It was a hot pepper. Batsman working this one. In the onside, the bowler himself wants to his right, fields, can't score. Again, we just want to remind everyone that it's cricket, lovely cricket at the Central Broward Regional Park. It's going to be here all weekend. Tomorrow's game would be starting at 1:30, so we ask you to tune into the MAQTV.com. You can see that on the World Wide Web. And the last delivery went through to the wicketkeeper. No damage done. A dot goes into the book, essentially. So 117. 119 it is. And that's for the loss of 1 wicket. And over number 12 has been realized. So it's a good Friday, and for those of you who would want to venture out, the rain has go away. They would have prayed for the rain to go away, and it did go away. So the few drizzles that we would have realized has been up and away. So 4 more goes onto the scoreboard as this one was whacked across the boundary line by the batter. I'll get his name in a minute. I'm away from the scoreboard at this time, doing 1,000 things, which is not a good thing, and good thing that the camera is not on me. But for all of the viewers out there, you're listening to the commentary of Ivor Henry and Eddie Edwards, and we're coming to you live from Central Broward Regional Park. And early on we had Leon in our midst, who would have been doing broadcasts himself. So there goes wicket number 2. It's been bowled.
Yeah, somebody needed before I get pulled, yeah. Yeah, I'm going through too, but I'm reading.
So, North Central Region fighting to score 186 a victory. They're 125 for the loss of 2 wickets. So, seeing is that Barbara coming back to the pavilion. So the new batter is Solija. And the over comes to an end. So at the end of it, chasing 186 a victory, 125. 126, correction, 126 for 2. And we've just seen the completion of over number 13. My reliability is resting in the hands of the electronic scorers. So it's Andre Curtin and Kean Locke, the other bowlers in operation. So he's gone. The umpire raised the index finger, the dreaded index finger, and he will have to go. So the North Central losing their 3rd wicket, and they're extremely happy. The New Yorkers, it's 126 for the loss of 3, and we're into the 14th over. So the man wearing the number 10 jersey goes out in the middle. So Mr. Ivor Henry is in the back eating. The food is good, Ivor. Turns it into the onside, just to the right of the square leg umpire. And get a single. That's a happy camper. So 127 for 3. 13.2 overs gone. It's another single. There's a total to 128. Don't forget we're chasing 100 86 for victory, and we're live here at the Central Broad Regional Park in South Florida. Beaten outside the line of the off stump. So Paletti beaten all ends up in the two previous deliveries. Delivery down the leg side. Let's see what the umpire signal. So Krishna Paletti, he's on 1. Karan is on 5. Total is on 120, 128 for a loss of 3. 13.5 overs gone. And they're chasing 186 for victory. So, just didn't want to get ahead of myself, and I certainly did. Electronic scoreboard and scorers continue to keep me abreast. Seeing the completion of 14 overs, and it's 130 now. 130 for the loss of 3 wickets, so 4 more overs left according to my scorers. Make contact out towards the back of the square. Making sure that they protect the boundaries. Down to a short third man, the return comes in, but not before the batsman completes a single. So Karan is on 6. Krishna Pasupati is on 1. Gets another one, he goes up by 1, so he's on 2. So we're looking at 132 now. 133 for also some 3 wickets. And we're into the 15th over. Being bowled from the southern end. It's up to 2 deep covers. So certainly would have liked that to have gone through to the deep cover boundary. The end of the over. And at the end of it, 135 it is for the loss of 3. North Central rather, looking to score 186 for victory. So we have some 3 overs left in the innings. So as I look to my left, I see my color commentator and analyst Ivor Henry diving away in some good eatery from the kitchen downstairs, and also to my right, my scorer Victor Charles also is participating in some healthy eating And this one is gone for 6. Well, it's 141. So 141 it is for the last of 3. So they have to go full flush now because the overs are going. After this it will only be 2 overs left. Will he take the catch? He does. And that's what the scoreboard pressure will do to you. Looking to get as much runs as you possibly can from the over, realizing that the overs are going, realizing that you're in a hole, and in the process of digging yourself out of that hole or trying to dig yourself out of the hole, you end up in giving the wicket away. But it's not a lack. The opportunity was there, but he just didn't capitalize. So North Central would have lost their 4th wicket.
Number 6. He was out in the midweek. Back to main.
So we have seen the former Jamaican great batsman and West Indies legend Lawrence Rowe, just to the left of the commentary booth, having a conversation with Ivor Henry. I wonder what that conversation is all about. So the return comes in, restrict the batsman to a single. So it's 141 score. 141 it is.
The other team. I put the 12th man in there. You did the original? You can keep it. The original also looks like a. You can keep both. Okay. After that, the game done.
Yeah, in front of the camera. Keep away me, I'm going to do interview with Lawrence. No, see.
Who is that? Fielder.
So the end of the over. It's 143 for 4. Some 16 overs completed.
Make the announcement, yeah, I'm going to do live with Lawrence.
So Ivor Henry is trying to get a live interview with former Jamaican and West Indies batting legend Lawrence Rowe. So 16 overs gone. Looking to score 186 for victory. So one more over left after this. Seeing the commencement of the 17th over. So North Central now looking to get every run, trying to hit every ball over the top. Of course, it's going to be beneficial to them. Certainly can't help them. Can't go wrong. Beaten outside the line of the off stump. Out towards long on. Picks up a single. So, see Ivor Henry now downstairs just below the scorer's booth, or the commentary booth, about to have a live interview, as I said early on, with former Jamaican and West Indies batting legend Lawrence Yagaro. So the end of the 17th over. So one more over left. 6 legal deliveries. So you're not missing any cricket. Just waiting for the bowler to bowl the final over of this innings. So he's going to be stumped. He's going to be run out rather. Came down the track. Was hoping for the ball to elude the gloves of the wicketkeeper. Didn't happen. It went into the gloves of the wicketkeeper. The wicketkeeper was very much alert. Threw the ball at the non-strikers end to the bowler, who took the bails off at the non-strikers end. So here goes. So that is what the scoreboard pressure will do to you. It's getting late. The last over left, and they're looking to score 186 for victory. There's some 147 for the loss of some 5 wickets, and it is chaotic, chaos, confusion here at the Central Broad Regional Park for North Central team. One would have said that they would have given it their all, or they would have given it their best, but their best was not good enough. So immediately after the completion of this over, see Ivor Henry very lined up with Lawrence Rowe. So Ivor Henry, now take it away.
Yes, well, good evening to everyone who is here at the park, and I'm in the presence of Sir Lawrence Yagaro, and we are live on MAQTV.com, Mr. Lawrence. So welcome to the Central Broad Regional Park once again. Seem to be making it your home.
Yes, man. It's good to be here at the US Championship. And we have our work cut out for us. I'm one of the selectors in the tournament. And the guys are making it hard for us in the short time to put the teams together. We are going to put 2 teams together. So we need to get 24 players when the tournament is done. So by tomorrow afternoon, we should have the 24 players. And the guys are not making it easy. You know, we have 2 centuries already, and we have some of the players who are putting their names down on the thing. So I'm sure it's going to be tough, and they are going to make it very, very hard on the selectors.
I could remember one bowler was on a hat trick at one stage, and I'm sure you would have had a keen look at him. There seemed to be quite a number of left armers here, but I was very impressed with a 14-year-old who would have also participated. But before I even go to individuals, are you looking at all of the players and then some?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. We're looking at everybody else. But that 14-year-old, I was very impressed, and I had a word with him inside. I couldn't believe from inside, we couldn't tell if it was a short, big man. But when he came in, he was a youngster, and I went over and have a little chat with him. It's always good to encourage the youngsters. So as I say again, the players are not making it easy. And when we do get the 2 final teams, I'm sure it's going to be extremely competitive, and we're going to have to leave out some people, but everybody is going to participate hard and look to get into the teams.
Well, right now, I'm going to let you pick a winner. Is the individuals winning or is cricket winning? We would have realized some 400 runs scored in the match. So is the cricketers winning or the cricket winning?
I think a little bit of both. You know, we had the game before this one was a splendid game where it went to the wire tied, and then we had a playoff, and even the super over was tough. So that was, you could say, no losing game, and I think that was the game of the evening, really. That was a superb game of cricket. We hope to get a few good games tomorrow. We kick off tomorrow at 12 or 1:30, I think. So we hope to get, I think, 4 or 5 games in the stadium tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see some more good cricket tomorrow, and then we probably will look to finalize and pick the teams at about, say, 4 o'clock or so.
Do you want to tell the folks how many of you are adjudicating to be selecting these teams? We know of you.
3 selectors. 3 selectors.
3 selectors.
Yes. And we have put a format together, and how we're going to select it. So it would be, as I say, very competitive but fair. And everybody has a chance. And some people are not going to make it this time, but I think everybody, it's all winners here.
Well, it's a first, and like you said, you're always in on the first. You have had your first legend tournament last year or this year, yes. And you're going to be having it next year. Yes. And I'm sure you're going to be having it in this stadium, which we know is dubbed as the only international ICC park in North of America. So, do you want to encourage the folks to tell them what is expected down the road?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We're going to do the Lawrence Rowe Legendary Foundation event next March 4th, 5th, 6th. It's a weekend, and we do a meet and greet on that Friday evening, and then on the Saturday we have a dinner banquet ball, and then the game on the Sunday. And I'm trying to see if I can encourage Matt to get in. So we might have some of these same players here participating. We're trying to play 2 games this time around, so we might have some of the same players here participating early on. We want to get some local touch to it, and international flavor. We're carrying some outside players here. The great Bill Richards, he's going to grace us here this time around, and we're looking to talk to Sunil Gavaskar or Capel Dev to be here next time around. So, we're growing, and we want to get it as international as we can.
Well, you've heard it, folks, from the great man, Sir Lawrence Rowe. He's one of the officials who will be adjudicating here players who will be receiving cash prizes in addition to selecting 2 teams. So, folks, we encourage you to do your best, and then we went on to speak about the Legends 2 coming next year. So, until we are bidding you adieu here with Sir Lawrence, when we'll have him back on again before the cameras. So to all of you out there, listeners and viewers, Sir Lawrence Rowe, good night.
Yeah, man. Good night. Pleasure. See you tomorrow at 1:30.
Indeed.
So thank you very much, dear Ivor Henry, and also special thanks to George Lawrence Yagoro, the former Jamaican and West Indies batting legend, for a great interview done with Ivor Henry, our color analyst and commentator here at the Central Broad Regional Park for the tournament. I'm sure it was indeed a great pleasure for Ivor Henry to have interviewed such a legend. So turn our attention now back out into the middle, where the final game of the night of the day's play is about to get underway. And let you know between who the two teams participating.
Correct, Victor? Yes. Yo.
So South Central Region coming up against New England. And just a second, we'll let you know who would have won the toss and who is batting. So New England won the toss and decided to take first right. So New England is the team in the green. And of course, it's quite obvious that South Central is the team that's in the red, or decked out in red. Just waiting for my color analyst, Ivor Henry, to make his way back up into the commentary booth.
Ask him what the scorer, wait, ask him what you say scorer again. Justin, ask him what he used for scorer. Anish, what do you use for scorer? What do you use for scorer? What name you put for scorers? The score. What? Your name. Who score? What do you use for scorer? Where's that, Justin? For the scores? Yeah. Unity. Unity? Unity. Yeah. What is that?
Well, the last game of the evening is just about to get on the way. And for all you viewers out there in viewing land and listening land, we hope that you are enjoying what is being put before you. It's cricket, lovely cricket. The umpires are awaiting a signal from the official scorers, and that will be going in a few.
Just waiting on the umpire now to give us the final go-ahead, and also work in collaboration with the scorers. Just about the umpire. Just give us a quick second to rectify a little problem that we were experiencing. And with the help of Manish, we have been able to rectify the problem. So we're asking the other batter to turn around so we can see the number. We have a little bit of difficulty here now with the numbers on the jersey for the players out in the middle, particularly the batters.
Maybe it's other team. Yeah, but it's New England. Yeah. Praveen.
I know you hear the funniest shit. Molly comes down.
Praveen. I don't have funny Praveen in it. Pawan Kumar. And then they got number. Yeah, I got number 14 as the 12th man, the short number, but he's out there, so he can't. I don't have both of them. Pawan Kumar, where is Pawan Kumar?
And then afterwards, the nigga told me the THC thing. Yo, they trying to get somebody infected. Guess you should have kept that walkie-talkie.
The guys got on wrong shirt.
I help on. Okay, I got it.
Who's
Power.
doing the game? You?
Who's the other guy? The power and
We're asking the umpire to give us the name of the bowler.
Tell the bowler to turn around. Just tell him turn around.
Just turn around, we'll be able to pick up the number from the shirt.
Number 1, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Number 1.
So you are indeed number 1. And we're about to have the first ball of the final game of the night's play.
are we looking at the right thing? Sujana. Yeah, yeah. Who is on strike? 7. 7 means Pawan. Yes, that is. Yeah, now we are on.
It's a wide delivery down the leg side. And it's past not only the wicketkeeper, but the
Yeah, yeah, we are all good.
first slip and into the boundary for
4 runs and then
4 wides.
Oh, you know what? Do that. Let me just set the board one time. Yes.
oh no, I
But
don't
yeah,
want to
put it
okay,
on the
yeah.
top of the board.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give us no time to do that.
Yeah.
We just came off and just right back out. Who is this?
Followed a wide delivery and perished
Pull the fielder number.
into the deep third man. An ill-advised shot, should have let that go on through, but in the process of trying to get runs as early as possible to put the fielding team under pressure, losing his wicket in the process,
11.
Number 11.
and he comes back to the pavilion.
Yo, you gotta stay closer. Yeah. Try to stay shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, now the crash.
Not central. Not central. Wicket? Yeah.
Tell them stand by. All right, can you
Now the new
post
batsman
interview?
is on strike.
So,
Post an interview when you're ready.
Ivor Henry, you ready?
Go ahead. Tell them go ahead.
It's all in your shoulders, sir.
Okay, well, I have before me here 2 North Central opening batsmen that we would have just realized in a partnership of some 90 odd runs. And 2 good-looking batsmen. One on my left here would have made a 60 odd, and on my right, 50 odd. But I'm going to introduce them to the Central Borough Regional Park and ask them a few questions. Starting on the left. Let the folks know that you're on MAQTV.com. The world is watching and listening. Your name
Shahir. Shahir Hassan.
and your name.
Fahad Babar.
All right, so I'm going to speak about the wicket. How did you find the wicket? The pace of it, the bounce, was it true? Could you play it through the line? Just tell us something about the cricket itself.
It's a good wicket. Like the ball was coming on the bat, the and length, they all were good. It's my first time. good experience playing on the trough. Usually you don't play on trough, so it's a good experience. It was a great wicket.
You, sir?
I think this wicket, I've played out of the really good T20 for the batsman, because the T20 is mainly a batsman game, and have done really well. Wicket, batting track, a lot of runs, really good for the entertainment cricket going on here.
All right. So you're originally from where?
Pakistan.
And you're from?
Same, Pakistan.
Pakistan. But you're residing in the US.
I'm a U.S. citizen, so I live here. I've been living here for almost 5-6 years.
And you?
Same here, I'm a US green card holder, and I'm playing here cricket. So it's a really good experience. Love playing for USA.
So your dreams and aspiration is to represent the US of A and to go on to higher heights, because you know we're trying to get the CPL not only to come here but to have a USA-based team that would participate in the CPL, and the CPL is a Caribbean Premier League that's in the Caribbean, and you know this ground is an ICC-approved ground, the only one in North America, and now you can make it your home. Are your dreams and aspiration to get into the CPL where you'll get money?
Yeah. Well, we'll work hard and we'll see how it goes.
How about you?
Exactly. I mean, working hard and staying focused is the main thing. Chase your dreams, because if you don't, you can't. So you have to chase your dreams. One day, you're going to get them, for sure.
Okay, so you guys been opening partners in any other matches, or you just came together for this?
He'll tell you.
We are in Chicago 3 years now, and we both open and we have chemistry. And we know our game and then execute our game. And it's always fun to with. We have been playing to a good trust, and that really helps us. And you know, it really helps other person too to play well.
Well, I can see it display over there that you guys seem to have a good understanding, and it's a pity that you didn't get over the 100 mark.